Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe and click on notifications so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, a choosing beggar says she is in desperate need of help, but whenever help is offered to her, she rejects it. Let's jump right in. I live in a decent-sized city. I am usually so busy traveling for work that I can function off of my unlimited data and hotspot for monthly internet use. Thanks to stay-at-home orders, my hotspot ran out, so I drove a few blocks down to the nearest McDonald's to use their free Wi-Fi for a Zoom call. I needed to be able to see everyone simultaneously. Usually, I would just Zoom from my phone. I was in the debriefing part of the meeting, so the bulk of what we had set out to do was done, though I was eager to discuss progress and make further plans with the team. As I am sitting in my car, a middle-aged woman approaches me rather feebly, looking distressed. I mute the video and open my door, and she is on the verge of a breakdown. The first thing she says is that she is not a weirdo, not a crazy person, but she really needs help. Figuring she needs a battery jump or something, I give her the benefit of the doubt and choose to write a quick message in the chat to let the team know I am leaving and will catch up later. I exit the car and the woman again reassures me that she is not crazy, that she has asked for help from several others, and that she really is desperate at this point. I'll give a rough description of what was said, definitely compressed, as this was a good 15 to 20 minute exchange of us going back and forth. Characters are a choosing beggar and me. My mother just passed away at local hospital from cancer, and I couldn't even get in to see her for her last moments. I left my bag on the back of my bike and a kid stole my bag with all of my belongings. I don't have a phone, I don't have keys to get into my car, and I am at my wit's end. I just want to go home. I'm from a city a little over an hour away. I am so sorry, ma'am. Let's see what we can do. I have my phone on me. Have you called the police yet? I did, and I gave them the description, and they said all we can do is look for the kid that did it. That's awful. I'm assuming your bag had your phone and wallet in there. Yes, I have nothing right now. I haven't eaten in a few days. I tried calling churches for help, but most of them are closed, and I can't get a hold of anyone. I haven't even eaten today. Since we were in the Mickey D's parking lot, can I get you something to eat here? I honestly can't even think about food right now. I just want to go home. All I need is some money for a bus ticket home. Can I give you a ride to the bus station? Ma'am, with all due respect to you, you have been polite so far. I have been in vulnerable situations where people have hurt me. I just don't trust getting into a car with someone I just met. I'm sorry. I completely understand. Can I meet you at the bus station and help you get a bus ticket home? I still need the money to get transit to the bus station. I believe the transit in this city is free for everyone during the stay-at-home orders. My city decided to do this for essential workers, assuming it wouldn't be taken advantage of as everyone else is staying home. Again, no disrespect to you, ma'am, but I don't know when the bus would get there, and I don't know if you would even show up, and I don't want either of us stuck for hours at the bus station. It's not in a good part of town. People in this city have been so cruel, and I was not raised like that. Side note, if she really is from the city she said she is from, it is a bigger and notoriously rougher city. Not that her upbringing would reflect that, but surely this isn't her first encounter with city people. Okay, what can I do to help? If I could just get a couple of bucks for the bus, I would so appreciate it. Ma'am, I want to help you. I personally don't give cash to anyone. It is nothing against you, it comes from my own personal beliefs. This is what I can offer. I am glad to buy you a meal here or elsewhere. There are plenty of places nearby, or I can give you a ride to the station and get you a ticket there. I know you have no reason to trust me. I know getting in a car with a stranger is scary, and I know you have been hurt in the past. You said that you contacted churches earlier. You should know that I work for a church. Side note, I currently work at 2 churches, saving up for a wedding. My mother brought me up in the church, despite the fact that it was in the church that she was abused. I hated that someone hurt her, and it has done irreparable damage to her life and my whole family. I am in the church because I want to help people and keep them safe. I know you have no reason to trust what I am saying, but please know I want to help. I have had people laugh at me and mock me all day. I just lost my mother. I have been trying so hard for so long to get help. I just need some cash to get home. I want to go home. Couldn't you spare a few bucks for the bus? I don't carry cash on me, I'm sorry. Side note, I can see her slowly turn to walk away as soon as I mention this, and her body language throughout the rest of the conversation is her trying to get away. It is getting late. It was about 9:30 p.m., and there's only one other thing I can think to offer. I know some shelters in the area that could have you for one night. I could try calling them. I have already called all the shelters in the area. Nobody is accepting anyone right now. I've tried so hard. Would you be willing to sit in the back of my car while I drove you to the bus station? I could call someone up and put them on speaker. Ma'am, I just don't feel comfortable getting in the car with someone. I'm sorry. I understand where you're coming from. I don't know what to tell you other than I hope you can trust me. If you feel like this bus station is in an unsafe part of town, please know that you would be hedging your bets there too, even more so. I don't know what I need to say to you to trust me. I do live in the city on this address. My name is, she states her full name. I am 52 years old. I need help. I want to help you, but I don't have cash on me. You know what? I'm so sorry I have bothered you. God bless, ma'am. At this point, she disappears behind the wall of the gym next door to the McDonald's. I was shaking so badly from the encounter that I called my fiancée, afraid she would plan some kind of attack as I drove past. Could this woman really have been telling the truth? Was I, the choosing giver, too self-righteous to see past my own pride? Maybe. But after countless encounters similar to this in my city, I have picked up enough to know that they want money most of all. I literally walked several blocks out of my way with another choosing beggar to buy a slice for him once he said he was starving, but he promptly rejected the slice that he himself had picked out. I am incredibly proud of myself for standing my ground and not caving in to potentially enabling a dead-end addiction, while simultaneously offering genuine compassion and help. I hope I continue to respond in this way, and maybe one day that kindness will be rewarded with someone willing and able to accept it. And moral of the story, integrity and care are more valuable than money. Or maybe this should go in Am I the A-hole? In story 2, we have a choosing beggar who has some unrealistic expectations when buying a car. My brother just reminded me of this as he is trying to sell his car. Years ago, I was selling my old beater car. I put an ad in the local paper, and in the ad I said my price was firm, cash only, and whoever handed me the $675 first gets the car. This one guy called to come by Saturday morning, and another guy was going to come by after his shift Sunday afternoon. I'll call them Saturday guy and Sunday guy. Saturday came and went, and Saturday guy never called and never showed up. He did call me Sunday morning to apologize that he missed his appointment and he was still interested in the car. I told him that someone was scheduled to come by Sunday evening to look at the car, so if he was interested, he'd have to come by before then. Saturday guy offered to come by at noon, so I said okay. Saturday guy comes by, test drives the car, says he wants to buy it, but said he doesn't have the money right then. I told him again, well, you have until Sunday guy shows up at 5 p.m. today to give me the money if you want the car. He said he'd call me. Unsurprisingly, he never called. Later that day, Sunday guy shows up with his son, hands me an envelope with $675 in cash in it, test drives the car. Yes, he handed me the money before he test drove it. We filled out the paperwork and his son drove away happily in the car an hour later. Party time! I bought beers for me and my roommate and we got sloshed. The following day, Monday morning, Saturday guy calls. Before I could tell him the car was sold already, because I was hungover, lol, he tells me he has money, but he's not going to pay $675 for the car. He's only going to pay $500 because it's an old car and it's going to cost too much money to register it. Then he quickly says that he's doing me a favor by taking such an old car off my hands for $500 and said he'd be over in an hour or two to pick up the car, and he hung up. I quickly called him right back and blurted out to him, "You can't buy the car, Sunday guy bought it already." He then said very slowly and angrily, "You are going to buy that car back from the other guy and sell the car to me instead." I asked him if he was serious. He said, "Yes, you're going to get the car back and sell it to me." I flatly told him the car had been sold and hung up on him. Thankfully, I never heard from him again. I recently put up my mom's car for sale, and I kinda keep hoping for some sort of exciting Choosing Beggar story to come my way. No luck so far. In our final story, we have a family of choosing beggars trying to buy a violin. So some backstory. I collect violins with my dad and sell them. I had this old violin from the 1900s and decided to sell it because I had no use for it. Anyways, someone texts me and we agreed on $175 since the violin had some wear and tear. Flash forward a week and this guy comes over to pick it up for his child. We had an entitled mom, a kid, and an entitled dad. "Hello, I'm here for the violin." "Yes, 1 second, let me get it." "Thanks." I get the violin and go outside because I don't like people in the house. "Here you go." The kid takes the violin and tries it out. "I like it." "Okay, let's get the money." Then entitled mom notices my violin from the 1800s. "What about the violin back there?" "Oh, it's mine." "Can we try it?" "No, sorry. It's mine and I don't feel comfortable with you using it." "Wow, you're so rude." "Excuse me?" "You are so rude. You should let us see this violin in case we like it." "It's not for sale." "Because of that, I'm giving you $50. "I'm sorry, I won't do that. We agreed on $175. Entitled dad seems quite one with the entitled mom. The entitled dad then hands me $50. "Nah, sorry." At this point, I took the violin back. "If you can't pay for it, I'm going to have to keep it." They realize I'm stubborn and won't give in. "Here, take $100. "Still no, I'll do $150. $125? "I'll ask my dad." I call my dad and ask him, but he said $150. "I'm new here and I'm short on money." "Then why are you getting a $175 violin?" He goes silent and hands me the money. "Thank you. Have fun." Then the entitled dad and his family just walk away. This has been John from Slash Bash. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now's that time! Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.